Hi everyone, I'm Emmy Neal, the teen librarian from the Lake Forest Library, and today I want to show you guys how to make what has become my favorite meal of quarantine, dragon noodles. I got them from a website called budgetbites.com, so it's really fun, really cheap, incredibly easy. I think my family wishes I would stop making it so often at this point. That's how much I love this meal. So we're going to give everybody a few seconds to join in before I walk you through all of the materials we need. But hi, Sally, it's good to see you. Okay, excellent. So I'm going to turn you guys around. Please don't judge how messy my counter is. For dragon noodles, we need, I use rice noodles. You can use actually any kind of noodle you want. Everything about this recipe is pretty much to taste. I love rice noodles because I love the way they cook, I love the way they taste, and I love how easy they are to manage. But if you have, I don't know, penne, elbows, doesn't matter. They are just the vehicle to get the delicious sauce into your mouth. And the sauce is made up of soy sauce, sriracha rooster sauce. I didn't know that this was called sriracha rooster sauce. There are other kinds of sriracha sauce. This is literally the only kind I've ever used in my life. This is the kind that you need. Brown sugar, crushed red peppers, and butter. That's what makes the sauce. In it, we're also going to have eggs. 4 eggs, because I'm doing 16 ounces of noodles. I'm also going to use leftover steak from last night, and I'm going to finish it off with a green onion, which is delicious. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Mandy. It's good to see you guys. Hi, Lauren. So I actually started boiling my noodles before I started my video so that you guys wouldn't get stuck standing here with me for 8 minutes while we waited for them to boil. I have always, my entire life, put a wooden spoon on top of the pot, no matter how big the pot is. I don't know if you guys knew, that is one of the ways you can keep the bubbles from boiling over the top of a stainless steel pot. Blew my mind. That's a life hack that I got from my mother. So let's see, I picked you guys up, so now I don't have the perfect angle anymore to capture the deliciousness, but that'll do. Okay, I have a skillet, which I have been slowly heating up, and I'm going to put 8 tablespoons of butter in it, and I pre-cut this so that we wouldn't have to watch me attempt to count to 8, because that would be probably embarrassing for both of us. I'm just going to take this whole blob and I'm going to melt it in the skillet. So with this butter, I did wash my hands before this, I promise. With this butter, I'm going to turn that down a little bit because it's a little too hot. We're also going to, once it starts melting, put in a tablespoon of crushed red pepper flakes. And you could use a teaspoon, you could use, multiple teaspoons. I really like spicy food. And the fact of the matter is, this is incredibly spicy. This is, sort of like blow your brains out spicy. Your mouth is going to want to leave your body and ascend. So if you don't like spicy food, you can cut down on the sriracha, you can cut down on the red pepper, and it will still be incredibly delicious. I am going to scramble the 4 eggs I have. So pretty much for every 2 tablespoons of butter you use, you're going to use 1 egg. You're going to use 1 tablespoon of everything else. So for this, let's just crack some eggs. I don't know if you guys have been experimenting with any recipes lately. I will admit that most of my experimenting has been done with baking, but I found this recipe from a friend of mine, and I am so grateful that she gave it to me. I eat this at least once a week, sometimes embarrassingly twice a week. But it's a really good way to get rid of leftover meats and stuff that you no longer want. I didn't bring over a fork. 1 second. My family doesn't have a tiny whisk, but I'm just going to whisk these eggs. Hi, Hillary, how are you? Yeah, you spy a lot of Costco products. Actually, I'm not going to show you because it's embarrassing, but the entire counter right behind me is covered in Costco products because that's where we went this morning. Stocked up on everything. We love Costco. I'm not going to feel bad about it. So this butter is almost completely melted, and then we're going to add the eggs. But for now, I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of crushed red pepper flakes. So as I said earlier, this recipe is super forgiving. So if you want a heaping tablespoon, if you want less than a tablespoon, if you add too much or too little of something, It doesn't really matter. You can do whatever you like. All right, so it's almost done melting. And then I'm gonna add the eggs and start building the sauce. So here we go. Eggs. Really easy, really delicious. This is bubbling up maybe a little bit higher than I want it to, so I'm gonna turn it down and give it a good stir while those eggs cook. So I'm gonna use a spatula to break up the eggs once they get going, but for now, we're gonna start on the sauce. So as I mentioned, it's sort of 2 tablespoons of butter to 1 egg to 1 tablespoon of everything else. We did 8 tablespoons of butter, so we are going to do 4 tablespoons of brown sugar, 4 tablespoons of sriracha sauce, and 4 tablespoons of soy sauce. And again, everything is very forgiving, so just make it up as you go along. Three. You know what? Talking and counting at the same time is really difficult, so I may need to call on you for how many tablespoons I've actually done. That's 4, and the eggs have sort of omelified. I'm gonna break them up just a little bit as they cook. And they're gonna merge really, really nicely and get really fluffy with the red pepper and the butter, which is awesome. So 4 tablespoons of sriracha rooster sauce. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 sort of heaping tablespoons, I guess. Oh look, there's my mom. Hi, Mom. And now we're going to start with 4 tablespoons of soy sauce. So this is the last thing that goes in our sauce itself. That was 3, right? Yes, okay, 1 more. It'll just be very soy if I count it wrong. And we're gonna whisk all of this together. Drop that in my sink. To do it in this measuring cup just because I really like the spout, but you don't have to. Obviously, I'm not using the measuring cup to actually measure anything. It was all teaspoons and tablespoons. So let me check on my noodles. They're very nice. I'm actually going to take a break from the wooden spoon and use some tongs. So the tongs help me make sure that if any of the rice noodles clumped together, I'm breaking them apart from their family, and they're all cooking through nice and evenly. Yeah, it's beautiful. Okay. Oh, it smells so good, you guys. I'm so excited. So, these eggs, I'm not sure what kind of angle you guys have. Let's hope I don't drop you in the food. These eggs are doing very well. They're pretty much done. And once they're done, you would typically just turn the heat off and wait for the pasta to be finished boiling, but I started the pasta early for exactly this reason. So we're gonna give the eggs 1 more minute while I strain the pasta out of its bowl, because it should be finished. Rice noodles, like regular noodles, do not take very long to cook. So give me 1 second. I have magically, miraculously fogged up my glasses beautifully, so we're gonna just shake the noodles out of here and let them strain for a minute. I'm going to add the meat to, sorry, I'm sweating. All of the steam was very hot. I'm gonna add the meat to the eggs so that they get a chance to heat up. I cubed it. This is just leftover steak from last night. It actually already had seasoning on it from whatever we had on the grill. That's just a piece of fat. We're ignoring that. But the sauce is gonna cover pretty much whatever you cooked it in before. And as I mentioned, it is delectable. So I'm gonna give this a stir and then just toss the noodles on top and add the secret sauce to it. Not such a secret anymore since I told you everything that's in it. Here we go. So I've got here, whoosh, all of they're pad thai rice noodles or lo mein rice noodles. Either one is what I typically cook with. I like the long flat noodle format. Some of them get sold in 8-ounce packages, some of them get sold in 16-ounce packages. So it just sort of depends on what kind of ratio you want. This was, I guess you could say, sort of a double meal. I'm spreading all of this out so that when I put the sauce on it, it is only delicious. Okay. Secret sauce. Going to scrape the remainder out with a spatula because the sauce, I'm not gonna lie, the sauce is the best part. And then we just mix it all together until the sauce is fully incorporated in the noodles, and then you can wait for the sauce to thicken, right? It'll just evaporate out a little bit, or you can eat it right away. It is entirely up to you, like so many things in this dish. So let's bring you a little bit closer. Here we go. So I'm just gonna keep pinching and pulling the eggs and the steak and the noodles until it's fully incorporated. Gosh, I'm like, my mouth is watering right now. I'm so hungry. Felicia did a cooking, well, actually she's done a few cooking ones, and then she said at the end of her video, she's like, now I'm gonna go eat this for lunch, and I was immediately like, well, that is what I'm going to do now. I'm going to make something delicious, and I'm going to eat it for lunch. Finishing taste is a green onion. I love green onions. You can also use chives. You can use pretty much whatever you like. And I'm just going to add it in as a finishing touch. They recommend doing 1 green onion for every egg that you put in, but when I did it, that came off as a huge, huge quantity of green onion. Even too much for me, who loves onions almost as much as life itself. Guys, this has gone so smoothly. You have been a great audience. I feel like I must have been forgetting something because it's gone so well, but it smells perfect. I'm excited to taste it. Here we go. We're just gonna keep pulling it around. So these are dragon noodles, and I am going to feast on it for lunch. I hope you guys have had a delicious lunch too. Thank you so much for joining me. If you have any recommendations for things we should do on Instagram Live, by all means email me at teen@lakeforestlibrary.org. I desperately need more ideas, right? I'm here every week, so tune in next Wednesday at 2 p.m. We're going to do something else fun. I haven't decided what it is yet. I need your ideas. I will talk to you guys later. Stay healthy, stay safe, and I hope you guys enjoy dragon noodles. Bye.